I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to the first ever episode of Hollywood Hogwash.
Boom!
I'm Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano and Eric Hamilton. You're not the Slamilton on this episode. This is
on this show.
It's been fun.
And he's gone already.
We'll come up with
if
a
I
new
don't
name.
have that, what do I have?
Yeah, you need like a Hollywood nickname.
Hamburglar.
No, I don't like that at all.
No.
Anyways,
That's one failed choice.
if you're a fan of our original podcast, What's Wrong with Wrestling, which has been going 7 years strong now, welcome to our second podcast, Hollywood Hogwash.
Yeah.
And if you've never heard of What's Wrong with Wrestling, then forget everything I just said.
Hey,
And
welcome.
Thank you for tuning into Hollywood Hogwash.
If you don't like wrestling, that's fine.
Yeah.
This show is only about entertainment. What's going on in Hollywood?
Right.
Rumors, news, the latest shows that are out, anything around entertainment. We're going to make you laugh. We're going to make you cry, and it should be a good time. So welcome.
And we don't like wrestling either, so.
Yeah.
It's just our bread and butter.
I was like, and if you don't like wrestling, neither do we.
Yeah. And I don't know where you're listening or watching us. You can watch us on YouTube, but you can listen to us anywhere podcasts are heard. So make sure you subscribe. And you can follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Hollywood Hog Pod.
Yeah.
That's right. So go ahead and do that for us. We would really appreciate it.
We'll wait.
We're going to talk about Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah.
We're going to review that.
Whoa.
Dumpster fire. And then... and then we're going to talk also about the latest What If episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Venom, let there be comedy bullshit.
That's true.
Good
Yeah.
God.
You know, I was like, yeah, we're going to do this podcast because we're going to talk about some good stuff.
Yeah.
But the first movie we're reviewing is not very good,
Right.
unfortunately.
Well-
but again, we're saving the spoilers for the end of the podcast so that if you haven't seen Venom or What If yet, you could still listen or watch us right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the latest news and rumors in Hollywood. And we're going to start off with the fact that the estate of Steve Ditko has filed termination notices on Marvel characters like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, Doctor Strange. And Disney has countered with multiple lawsuits against the relatives of Steve Ditko and other Marvel comic creators to regain control over these Marvel characters.
Yeah.
To keep control.
Yeah, they announced an end date like in June or July of 2023.
They call it the end game.
The end game. It's the end game for Marvel and Disney if they
real.
get their wishes.
They're not going to lose to this dude. They're going to pay him off worst case. Worst case, they go, dude, we make $1 zillion with this, so how much do you want? He'll say, I want $50 million, and they'll be like, done. And it'll be over.
That's it? Okay, sure.
But like also
they just pull it out of their wallet.
contracts don't work that way. Like, wait, I invented some Spider-Man. Where's my money? No, you were paid. Like everybody knows that Stan Lee didn't make $1 zillion when all these movies came out.
Yep.
He sold the Marvel rights that he owned a long time ago for very, very little money.
Of course.
So like he got his cameos in the movies, which is all he wanted. He made some merchandise stuff. There's other money that he made, but he's not a zillionaire from these Marvel movies. Mm-mm. You know, if I sell this phone to Eric for $2 and then he sells it for $1 million, I don't go, hey, I'm suing you because you sold it for $1 million. Because he's a smarter businessman or because things changed, right? Like this is now worth more than when I owned it. That's just what happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what Disney's arguing is that they were employees. They were employees of Marvel.
Yes.
I mean, the worst case scenario is that they would just have to pay them every time they use these characters.
Yeah.
But I think what people are saying, like if they win, which again, it's highly unlikely.
Which side?
You know, Steve Ditko and all the other Marvel artists and stuff like that. But like if they win, then like these Marvel characters would just become like public domain so that like anyone could use them.
No.
So, like, you could put Spider-Man in your next Batman movie.
No,
DC.
they're fighting over ownership, so that they would own those rights. So if you wanted to do it, you'd have to pay them for those rights. Unless they choose to say, hey, we bought it, and now anybody can use it.
Yeah.
But that's not how contracts work. When you work for a company and you create something for that company, you don't own the rights to it.
Right. Like
well, and again, Steve Ditko's dead. It's his like, you know, children.
It's his children that need more money.
Right.
Yeah.
Money.
I mean, you don't see Todd McFarlane saying, hey, where's my Venom money? I created Venom. It's like, no, you worked for Marvel. That was a character you created for that company.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
he's super rich, so he wouldn't.
Right. He's got Spawn money.
But it's the people that spawn money. It's the people that like this that have families that go, wait a minute, can we sue? And then a lawyer takes it because they go, it's Disney.
Yeah,
if we lose,
right.
we're millionaires.
You can always sue.
They'll get some sort of settlement, maybe.
Most likely, you would think that they would have paid it by now, but then Disney's got to go. All right, well, how much are our lawyers? How much is he looking for? And apparently, he was looking for more than their lawyers were.
Right.
So now they're going to court. They can still settle.
They
but
could.
I have a feeling they're going to crush them in court, and then they're just going to go
Right.
away.
Probably.
That's my prediction, but you never
Right.
know.
Like, that's the end of me.
Yeah.
Well, Disney did settle another lawsuit.
Yes.
Just this week. Scarlett Johansson was suing over Disney for putting the Black Widow film on Disney Plus, claiming her salary was based in a large part of the box office performance of the film.
Right.
The film did earn $379 million worldwide box office and an additional $60 million via Disney Plus. But the terms of the settlement were not disclosed, but both parties released statements saying how they're going to continue to work together. And Scarlett Johansson is set to star in Disney's Tower of Terror film. So they're continuing with we're going to make movies based on our theme park rides.
Right.
Yes.
With Marvel variants.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Aerosmith roller coaster movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Right. Wow.
That might be a good one. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's a great ride.
Yeah,
Right. The teacup ride. That'll be a great movie. Amazing.
But in this case, I mean, Scarlett she was right. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to release it via streaming
Right.
and not tell me that in my contract, and some of my money's based on how much it makes, she has
Right.
every right to say, wait a minute, that part of that
course.
60 should be mine. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that was just dumb for Disney to even try that. Like, what are you going to slip that past people?
yeah.
I wonder if her contract was like, if it gets to 400 million, you get this huge bonus, and she was like 379, and you made 60 million at Disney Plus, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, we don't know the terms, but they have settled, and they're happy. Everyone's happy, and she's back.
Yeah.
So she
As not Black Widow.
well, she'll probably eventually come back as Black Widow. Let's be
yeah,
honest.
sure. Why not?
They're all going to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot
Multiverse.
more. According to this, it was 120 million in streaming and stuff.
Wow.
But either way, it's more than, you know what I mean? They screwed her out of that money.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Because we
Right.
watched it at home, and it
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a big Daredevil rumor came out a couple of days ago.
Nice.
The
Yeah.
Disney Plus series Echo, which will be a spin-off of Hawkeye. It's the girl that he takes with him.
Haley Steinfeld.
That could see many characters from the Netflix Daredevil show returning, as well as the other ones like Luke Cage, the Punisher, and all that. They might all be in the show Echo. Probably just Daredevil, but
Yeah.
obviously we already pretty much know that Charlie Cox will be in Spider-Man No Way Home, returning as Matt Murdock.
I don't know after watching, Carnage and
No,
the bonus scenes.
Well,
not so sure.
I'm not sure anymore about anything.
He's, like, from the rumors I read, it's not supposed to be like he's going to suit up. He's just going to be his lawyer.
Well, that's what everyone just assumes.
But
We don't know for
it's
sure.
the start of the suit up. You don't cast him as his character,
Yeah.
and he doesn't suit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
if they're
I
going to make
guess.
it about Spider-Man and all the mess that they create in this multiverse,
Yeah.
I get that we're not going to see him right away.
There's going to be.
But we will.
I
You know what I mean?
think
Sure.
we see everyone suit
I mean,
up.
there was a rumor that John Bernthal was going to. It was going to be kind of like a reboot Punisher series
For Disney Plus.
for Disney Plus.
Well, it makes sense. It can't be as violent as it was on Marvel.
Oh.
And gory as it was,
You mean
on
on
Netflix.
Netflix,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Jesus.
definitely can't make it that gory. Also, Vincent D'Onofrio has been rumored to appear in the Hawkeye show, reprising the role of Wilson Fisk, a.k.a. Kingpin. So I'm definitely excited for that.
Oh, he's amazing.
I loved him
Yeah.
as Kingpin.
He's
So this
great.
is kind of like in that world. Hawkeye is in Daredevil's world.
well,
It sounds like a lot
I
of
guess so.
Daredevils in there. Yeah.
more like they're in Marvel's world now.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You're in
Daredevil.
my world now.
Yeah.
Daredevil
They all got
was
everyone got multiverse.
technically in the MCU
Yeah.
because there's a paper that talked about the attack in New York.
No,
Yeah.
they were. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Disney was like, we're taking that shit away because we
Yeah.
have a streaming service now. And
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not going to do anything with it.
Also, there's rumors that a Nebula series is coming to Disney Plus.
Aw.
Fans got really excited after actress Karen Gillan tweeted, "Something's cooking in the MCU."
Oh, she's going to have a cooking show.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
it. Yeah,
Fantastic.
cooking with Nebula.
Cooking with Nebula.
Just electrocutes everything.
Yeah, there were reports back in 2019 that a Gamora and Nebula series was coming to Disney Plus, but then nothing really came after that.
Right. I mean,
because of the pandemic.
I would be happy with that.
Yeah, that's probably where
I don't want to saturate it, though. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have everything and a ton of it. It makes it less special when you have so many different series and things. I don't know.
I mean, but the thing is, they've done good with, like, Falcon Winter Soldier. They kept it at 6 episodes.
Right.
Keep
it short and simple.
Yeah. It's just kind of like a little, like, hey, here's some extra stuff that you might like from them.
Here's a longer movie in a series.
Right.
Well, I like how every time a Marvel show ends on Disney Plus, a new one starts like a couple weeks later.
Great timing.
That's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
With WandaVision.
They know what they're doing.
Falcon Winter Soldier, and then right after that, Loki, then right after that, What If, and then right after What If, it's going to be Hawkeye.
Well, no, next week is the season finale of What If.
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying
after
when it
What
ends.
If ends, Hawkeye begins.
And Hawkeye.
Oh, but like not till like end of November though, right?
Yeah, well, just a few.
Well, there's some gaps.
Again, like a
Well,
few
okay.
weeks, a month,
No, I need.
whatever.
I
okay.
can't. I
It's
gotta
coming.
fill that hole. I gotta fill the hole.
It's okay, bud.
And then after that, probably She-Hulk?
Yeah.
Is it that quick? I hope so.
Well, I
That
don't
one
know.
I'm excited
Well, I
about.
mean, they've
Well-
still got She-Hulk. They've got Miss
Cautiously.
Marvel.
Cautiously.
optimistic.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Like, where did that come from?
Right.
Like Bruce Banner. It wasn't that Bruce Banner's like cousin, the She-Hulk?
Yeah.
And
So-
apparently Mark Ruffalo is going to be in it, at least the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is a dark comic series that invented the She-Hulk. They're cousins who have sex, and he puts the Hulk inside of her, and then she be no.
Wow.
Not right. I read
wow.
this. I read
Is
this
that
on
how
Instagram.
that works?
I think you watched the wrong She-Hulk movie.
This was on Instagram. Was this not right?
Oh, my God.
No, I'm just kidding.
What
That's funny.
website was that on? Was there porn in the .com anywhere?
Yeah.
I think you...
X videos. That's not for X-Men.
Oh, you watched the one with Jenna Jameson.
Yeah.
That's
She's not in the MCU. Is she not canon?
I don't think
I don't
so.
think she's canon.
That's too bad.
Someone rammed her with a cannon.
It was a
but-
fun series.
yeah.
Great, a really explosive piece with an explosive ending.
Anyways,
yeah.
Thanks to Paul Rudd.
in an interview with Collider, Doctor Strange 2 director Sam Raimi talked about how hard it was to return to directing superhero films. Raimi said,
So hard.
I didn't know that I could face it again because it was so awful, having been the director of Spider-Man 3. It sure was.
So hard directing these super. What? Oh yeah, so hard directing these movies.
Yeah.
Counting his money.
Having been the director of Spider-Man 3, the internet was getting revved up and people disliked that movie, and they sure let me know about it. So it was difficult to take back on. They're really demanding those type of pictures, and I felt, well, that's reason enough. I didn't think I would be doing another superhero movie. It just happened. So,
All right. Well, hey, I mean,
It
you
just
know,
happened.
great to have him back. He was 2 for 3.
yeah, 2 out of
to be
3
fair.
ain't bad.
You know?
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
It just happened though. Come on, Sam. Like it just happened. Well, my bank account happened to be low.
What, is that what you-
it dipped under like 9 million.
It's not like he was going to say that. Well, they offered me a ton of money, and I was like, sure, fuck it.
Yeah, but don't
I
come
kept
at it as
hearing
like
this truck back up.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll do it. Like just say, yeah, I was excited to get back into superhero films. We had fun with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Silly boy.
Well, I'm sure he's just giving some truth that he hated all the fan backlash for Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Which is also because Sony
He deserved
demanded
it.
Sony demanded that he put in Venom, and he didn't want to do Venom, so he was like, well, fuck you, I'm going to ruin Venom, I guess. I don't know.
Right. Well, I mean, when you have Venom, you don't need 2 other villains.
Hey, Parker.
Yeah, it's true.
Too many
You know?
villains.
Yeah. Also, Netflix announced that Tiger King is returning
Insane.
for a second season.
What else is there to say?
Oh, who cares? Well, they've said that they have a bunch of extra footage that
Yeah.
they could still show us. So I'm on board. However, one person who's not on board is Carol Baskin.
Carol fucking Baskin.
Yeah, of course not.
She's not going to be in the show.
She'll be going to jail soon.
She issued a statement through Cargo Films explaining why she won't be part of it, saying, I don't know how they put out a Tiger King 2 when Joe is in jail and I'm refusing to be played again. Rebecca Chaiklin, who's the director of Tiger King, said she wanted to clear the air about what they did to me in Tiger King. I told her to lose my number. There's no explanation for such a betrayal and false portrayal.
Yeah. Look, I murdered my husband, okay? Just don't put it on TV.
Yeah.
We had an agreement.
Right.
The best part of Tiger King is when she says, some people suggest that I murdered my husband. That's ridiculous. Like, just the way she said
I know,
it. It's
I
like,
know.
that is the most guilty answer
Then don't
of all time.
have your husband disappear mysteriously and then tell us how you would have done it, OJ. All right? You clearly did this.
Yeah.
Right.
Allegedly.
Anyway, season 2 comes out November 17th,
Coming up.
and it will feature another 7 episodes, just like the first season.
All right. Just in time for wave 4 of Corona.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It'll be
boy.
perfect. Netflix, it's funny how Netflix just announces something like, and it's coming out like next week.
Right. Yeah.
Like they just announced it.
What
It's
happened?
like,
Who? What?
Yeah.
yeah, you don't even
Time
have
warp?
like,
What
time to
happened?
get excited.
Like I was a big fan of the Netflix Voltron series, and like I'd get an email like season 4 coming 3
Tomorrow.
days. Like what?
Yeah.
Like no hype, no nothing, and it's like, well, you don't really need it because
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna like boom, it's instantly on my stream.
Yep. Also, I don't know if you know about this, Joe, but the director's cut of Rocky IV is coming to theaters for one night only on November 11th.
Oh, no.
No, you're not excited for this? Why not?
What are they going to show us that we didn't
40 extra minutes.
Of punching?
It's 40 extra minutes.
Yeah,
Don't ruin one of my favorite films.
They say that the fights are even better. The movie will also be available on demand starting November 12th. I guess you don't want to watch the trailer.
It's just going to be a more brutal beatdown of Sylvester Stallone.
I think it's going to be 30 rounds. In that's the extra 40
Right.
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I want to watch
Not
the trailer.
excited.
you want to watch the trailer?
Yeah.
All right, let me plug it in.
No.
Let me plug it in so we can
To
watch
Rocky
it.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah, for this
the bonus.
Drago cut.
There's a trailer for the bonus.
Yeah, you can let us know what the extra scenes are because I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I mean, it's not like I've seen it 100 times.
Okay. This is 3 of the 40 new minutes.
Russia will now throw its hat into the ring.
I've seen this Drago fight.
Drago is a super athlete.
I know I can beat him.
Hey, Paolo, look, maybe the show is over. You got nothing more to prove.
He thinks he's fighting for the whole country, but his reasons are wrong.
I'm asking.
That was
As a
new.
friend. Stand in my corner. Just this one last time.
Classic film.
Apollo wins.
not come here to lose.
Perhaps this simple defeat will be a perfect example of how pathetic your society has become.
You're my friend. I should stop this fight.
Hey, don't do this to me.
That was new.
Of him telling him not to stop.
Don't
the
do
fight.
this. No, he tells him not to stop it, but
Hogwash will know my name. Drago.
that's new.
Drago.
I let it happen. I gotta take everything he's got.
He's had one professional fight and one man is dead.
It's suicide! You can't win!
It wasn't a
There's
professional
gonna be a
fight.
time
It was an
when
exhibition.
You're gonna have to do things that other people don't think are right, but they're gonna be right for you. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Has the fight been set yet?
It's in Russian.
Are you nuts?
Nope. Rocky 3 is way better.
Steroids.
All your power, all your love, everything you've got.
You know what to do. Do it.
He's not a machine. He's a man. Be more man than him.
I must break you.
Rocky is in serious trouble.
That was from Rocky 3, the Be More Man Than Him.
Well, now it's in Rocky
Well, that's
4.
why it was in black and white. It's a flashback.
That was
All
Rocky.
those fighters you beat him with heart!
One night, though? One night?
In theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good streaming.
Yeah.
Unforgettable. That's what it's going to be like 10 minutes of new footage and then 30 minutes of cut in from other Rocky movies.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and
So-
then Apollo Creed's gonna be like a Force ghost, and he's gonna be
Right.
like, "Get up, Rock."
Yeah.
Use the punch.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened in Rocky 5, that horrible, horrible movie.
Yeah.
Is like he's down and then Mickey's like, I didn't hear no bell. And like a ghost above him,
Yeah.
literally like saying that.
Yeah.
So he gets up. Yeah, I mean, there was some new lines in the same scenes, though. You know what I mean? So I don't know how many more new scenes they could do.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a great movie, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and then the last piece of news I have, the sports news website The Athletic reports that the NFL wants Apple to purchase the NFL Sunday ticket package once it becomes available after the 2022 season. The report suggests that Roger Goodell wants to marry the NFL with the company that sells arguably the globe's most critical consumer product, the iPhone. Mm-hmm. The Sunday ticket has been exclusive to DirecTV since it was established in 1994, but it seems unlikely that they will renew the deal. Right now, DirecTV is paying an average of $1.5 billion per year, and they don't have enough customers purchasing the package to make up for it. Sources say the NFL may ask for up to $2.5 billion per year, and others suggest that Amazon is the likely front runner since they already agreed to pay about $1 billion per year to become the exclusive provider of Thursday Night Football starting next year. The NFL is also considering allowing fans to pay for individual games or subscribe to an entire season for one particular team.
No, that's interesting for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if it's on Amazon, then I got to go to like Amazon Prime to watch games now.
Yeah.
And I can't pause it, or I guess I could pause it, because they have pausing.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or it's
Probably.
live. I don't know. Do they have
Well,
live pausing?
Well, I don't know. Do they have anything? Well, they have right now. They have Thursday Night Football, and next year,
Yeah, but it's also
only,
on NFL
yeah.
Network.
Next year will only be on Amazon Prime, though.
Okay.
I hope. Yeah. All right.
So get
Look,
your apps ready.
I've had DirecTV since '94 for the purposes of watching all the games.
Yeah.
And if they lose the NFL ticket, that's the only reason I would still have
Right,
DirecTV.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
gonna
watch
lose-
the news. What else am I going to miss? All the good shows are on all the streaming services, and even the network shows go to the streaming services soon after.
Well, that's the future. Is that everyone will just have all the streaming services, and no one's going to have satellite TV
Or cable.
or anything like that.
Unplug.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming.
Well, that's all I have. So I guess it's time.
Well, but before we review that, well, I guess we're going to review other stuff. But have you guys watched Squid Game, the #1 Netflix show?
Yes, I finished it last night.
Okay, and I still have 1.5 episodes left. Have you watched any of it?
I've not.
Yeah. Do you know the
Yes.
premise?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your son explained it to me.
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah.
Joey's like all
How
in
many
on it.
episodes is it?
9?
Nine. And
All right.
it's a wide vary of emotions.
It is.
through it.
It's good.
It's good.
I like that, like, like what you expect to happen, then like that doesn't happen. Something else
right.
happens.
My only
The twists and turns are fun.
Oh no, they're great. My only criticism against it is it's a very bad dub job.
Oh, okay.
The voices don't match the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was it made?
I think it's Korea.
Korea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
The
there's
dub job is awful.
yeah, like there's an old man there. And it sounds like a young guy trying to do an old man voice. Like, oh, hey, I'm an old man.
Yeah.
You know, like something
So
like that.
I'll give you a little bit of background in this, right? Because I
Okay.
did the Neon Genesis Evangelion dubs.
Yes.
The back in the mid '90s, those. Mm-hmm. And when we would do it, right? Like if in Japanese, like "Hi, how you're doing" has an extra 2 lip movements.
Yes.
Then we'd have to add something, and if they couldn't think of a word, it would just go. Like, what are you doing? Like that, which sounds stupid, but sometimes you can't make the transition, well.
Right,
you would
right.
think nowadays they can do that, but no. Like, I listened to the translate because I was so in on this. I was like, I listened. I had it on the English dubbed.
Right.
I don't like reading when I'm trying to watch something.
See,
But my youngest son would rather read it and listen to their real voices.
Okay.
Yeah.
My oldest son is the opposite.
See, now I usually just keep captions on
Anyway.
Yeah. But I noticed with this show, the dub and the captions
completely different.
Yes, they don't line up.
So like if there's like a long word or without overcomplicating it, like let's say it's you need to practice photosynthesis, right? Instead, they would dumb it all the way down. They say you need sun and rain. Rain and sun in the sky. You know that sun. Like what? Like, why would you over-explain the sun?
It's like calm down, Michael Cole.
Right. So it's like over-explanation of dumbed-down things. You know what I mean? Look me in the face. My eyes. My eye right here. Look me in my eye right here.
Yes.
You couldn't think of
That's
other
the
ways.
audio dub?
Yeah. So it's just that part, you have to get through it.
What does it default play as? Does it default give you subtitles or default give you the English dub?
No, just English dub. Okay. Yeah.
Because, I mean, Inglourious Basterds is one of my favorite movies, and more than half of that movie is subtitles. So I have no problem reading the subtitles.
Right.
So
okay.
Maybe I'll
when
just
the
read
movie's about the
subtitles.
dialogue, you have no problem with subtitles. But when you're watching like a lot of action and you can't miss what's going on in the video, it's hard to bounce back and forth. So I'll give people that like the dub, because I've watched it on dub, that, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes it's hard to, if you miss something quick.
Yeah.
But both have their pros and cons, but man, the English dub is so bad. It's like, it's almost hard to watch.
But great show.
The voices are so strange compared to what you're watching.
212 is the worst. Player 212.
A girl or guy?
Girl.
Oh yeah.
The worst.
Yeah.
The absolute worst.
It's cartoonish.
It is. My God.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could recap the whole show in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I can get started on that. Get
You
started
got it.
watching it.
Do it.
But all right, it is time to review Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Venom.
Not so much Carnage, though, honestly.
No.
Not enough Carnage.
Yeah. Let there be Woody.
Oh, boy. Where do we start with this movie?
Can we just start with this? Can we start with the fact that, A, we were excited for this film?
By the way, spoiler alert. We're getting full into spoilers.
Full spoilers.
So if you haven't seen it, then you might want to fast forward.
Get out.
Yeah.
We were super excited about this movie. We love
Yes.
Tom Hardy. Huge Tom Hardy fans.
Yeah.
Whether you liked the first one or not, we were super excited about this. Carnage. I mean, Andrew has a giant, beautiful Carnage, painting, drawing downstairs, canvas in his house. It's awesome. It's probably maybe your favorite supervillain growing up.
It is. It's,
You know what I
it's
mean?
Marvel's Joker.
Right.
And then when we saw the couple of scenes of Woody Harrelson, he was great in those couple scenes. And you're like...
In the trailer.
The trailer
looked
the bonus
great.
scene from Venom too, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, oh my God, this is going to be a great actor,
right.
great villain. This is everything we wanted. And then of course, there's the promise or rumor. I really should say rumor, not promise, of this amazing bonus scene, which to me was another huge letdown. So we had all these expectations, and it just didn't.
Well, I
hit
don't know
on
if
any
I
of
was
it.
let down by the bonus scene. I wasn't
let
expecting
down by that.
like Tobey Maguire to be in it or anything like that.
Right.
It certainly set up that Venom, Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy is going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. It was easily the best part of this movie.
Right.
And it was a letdown to me.
When Carnage debuted in the Marvel Comics, it was a run called Maximum Carnage. And it spanned through several different Spider-Man titles, like Web of Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, I think Spectacular Spider-Man. So it was 14 issues to read the whole thing.
And now you can just buy the graphic novel like I did.
You can.
Was he a separate thing?
No.
Or does it happen like they did it in the movie?
No, nothing is like how they did it in the fucking
Right.
movie.
Oh.
First of all, let's start with the first Venom. You know, Venom is not another like thing. Like in the comics,
it's not its own being.
It's not his own being. Like, yeah, it's a symbiote, but it doesn't have a personality. It adapts to your personality.
Yeah.
So Eddie talking to Venom makes no sense because that's not how it was in the comics. That's not how I liked it.
Right.
Like when Spider-Man was the first one to get the symbiote.
Correct.
And when he got it, he wasn't Venom. He wasn't talking to Venom.
No.
Right.
Venom didn't become Venom until it was Eddie Brock because we are Venom. That's why we are Venom makes sense.
Right.
Because they're the same person. Like, so that's always been my issue with the first Venom movie. And then in this one, Carnage also had his own personality and
fought. They both fought with their own.
Carnage never had his
humans.
own voice either. That's you know what I mean? Like that's a completely different thing.
Yes.
So that's one thing, but
And who
really,
was the girl? Was the girl's character
Shriek? Yeah, that's always been Carnage's girlfriend, like the Joker's Harley Quinn.
So she's like an X-Men?
She's
like
a mutant. Yeah. But my biggest problem of this movie, I mean, there's so many problems. The pacing, the editing. Like, they must have cut 45 minutes from this movie.
Right.
Because it was only 97 minutes long.
When I heard that, I'm like, okay, so he doesn't die, and this is going to continue up like when they get Spider-Man back?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, and then Spider-Man and Eddie.
Yeah. The biggest problem of this movie, I think, is that Woody Harrelson, Cletus Cassidy, Carnage's evil plan is to get married.
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan.
Wedding bliss.
Is to get married.
Yes.
That's your evil plan. This was not Cletus Cassidy.
No.
From Maximum Carnage.
So
Cletus Cassidy just wanted to murder everyone. He is Marvel's Joker.
Right.
Imagine if
he's a serial killer.
Imagine if in The Dark Knight, Joker's evil plan was to marry Harley Quinn.
Correct.
You'd be like, what the fuck are we watching?
Like,
it was a watered down PG-13 version. You got Woody Harrelson and you did nothing with him.
Natural Born Killers, ring a bell?
Yes.
Great.
When he's chasing after the warden in the prison,
yeah,
Carnage in the comics would have killed every single person, even the inmates.
Of course.
Because he likes to kill.
Yes.
I think maybe 10 people died.
Right.
At his hands.
Right.
And this, maybe 10.
He didn't even kill the priest.
No.
Priest is fine.
Priest is fine.
Well, maybe he did.
I don't think so.
Because they
throw
like,
him, maybe threw him.
You couldn't tell if he bit his head off or not.
Correct.
Because it's PG-13. They have to cut away every time someone's head gets bit off.
That's stupid.
Which happens a lot.
Wasn't the first Venom was PG-13? I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
He's like, I need brains to survive.
Yeah.
But we won't show
That's
you
also a thing.
any heads getting
That's
eaten.
also like what's like the alternate universe where Venom eats brains. That wasn't the original like Venom, or is that they have to eat brains like to survive?
I think he may have mentioned it.
Yeah.
No, they made him into
In a
like this
comic?
this like Dracula character,
zombie.
like a zombie vampire
Right, I
that
need
needs to
brains
eat
or
a certain
chocolate.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what?
But the movie starts off telling us the origin story of, not really, but like it shows Cletus Cassidy and Shriek in the insane asylum together, or prison, where I guess prison.
Insane prison asylum.
Prison asylum. And they're both younger. So they cast younger actors, but the younger actor has Woody Harrelson's voice. Like Woody Harrelson dubbed over this guy's voice.
I hate
and
when
it
they
just
do
looks
that.
so weird.
Right, especially because like you look at Ant-Man and they made what's his name younger?
Yeah, Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah, well, but see that movie, there was a much bigger budget for that movie. Even the CGI,
Right.
like
Plus
Carnage
the
looks
age difference was 50 years. Here, I think they were trying to say it was 10, 15,
20.
20 at the most.
You could have gotten footage of Woody from Cheers. That would have been
But
great.
no, the CGI budget for this movie was way down.
had to
Like
be lower.
Carnage looked cool, but the CGI didn't look great.
No.
in either of these movies. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else. What else about this film?
I mean, it was a lot of puns and bad jokes.
A lot of bad jokes.
I mean, like, and they don't mesh well.
The first time you see Eddie Brock, he's like walking behind the detective at the police station. There's no establishing scene for Eddie Brock in this movie. Like, hey, remember this guy? Again, the trailer flows so much better than this movie. Mm-hmm. It starts with Venom and Eddie making breakfast. Like, that should have been the first scene we see of them.
Correct. Yeah.
Just to establish, like, hey, remember these guys? Remember how funny they are
No,
together?
that scene came 30 minutes into the
Oh
movie.
my God, it came so late in the movie.
Was this Serkis's first directing?
I'm not sure.
Sure seemed like it.
He didn't direct the first Venom.
No.
So
I'm gonna find out.
But yeah, he's played so many iconic characters, you know, Gollum, and yet he doesn't know
Planet of the
character
Apes.
development.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a shame, but clearly there's going to be some Carnage cut that comes out for the Blu-ray where I guarantee it's like 30 extra minutes at least.
And you've got to make it rated R.
Well, you would
Like
hope.
you've got to see like
I don't know
heads
if they're
being
going to
bitten off.
CGI all that blood for a Blu-ray release.
Well,
but we'll see. I don't know.
Re-release it on. Does Sony have a streaming service on Sony Plus?
The Sony Plus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just even like the end fight.
Yeah.
They walk in. He walks into the church as Venom.
Yeah.
He sees Carnage, and he's like, nope.
Right.
And he goes away.
Yeah.
Like, when the fuck would Venom ever do that?
That's the red one.
Venom's just like an idiot. Like the Venom symbiote is just an idiot in these movies.
Right.
And just like a pussy kind of.
Yeah, it's like a bad buddy cop.
It's a bad buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the symbiote's clearly a detective.
Also, when the
Solving
symbiote
crimes.
first leaves Eddie and goes on other people, these people have no control over Venom. Like Venom is just Venom with anyone.
Yes.
You know, again, in the comics, it was Eddie and the symbiote they made Venom.
Correct.
That's not how it is in this movie.
No.
And then Venom's whole thing is he just wants to party and he goes to a rave
With
and
glow
parties
sticks.
with people at a rave. Didn't he want to leave Eddie because he wanted to eat everyone?
Yes.
He didn't eat anyone.
Literally 0 people.
Eddie was the only reason he wasn't eating people. The minute he leaves Eddie, he's partying with people.
He breaks a motorcycle and goes to a rave.
Yeah.
That's what he ran away for. Like a normal 17-year-old kid.
And then everybody that he grows into kind of dies. Only Eddie can sustain him.
Yeah.
They fall out of him and they just
in the
drop
first
dead.
one, like
what?
In the first one, they said that the Venom symbiote was killing him. And I forgot how they worked around that. They're like, he's killing you. But clearly they figured out some way to not die.
to not kill each
I guess
kill
because
him.
he has to eat chicken brains all the time.
Because I like Eddie.
Yeah.
He'd probably say something like that.
He has to eat chicken brains to survive.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So, you know, you have the big, I guess, anticlimactic.
Anticlimactic. Well, okay, so Carnage, Cletus Cassidy's girlfriend, Shriek, like, loves everything they're doing until the very end. For no reason, she's like, no, this is too much. And it's like, why is this too much? What changed?
Carnage is carrying
Yeah.
Michelle Williams' character.
Yes.
And she says, this is too much. Right after she hung a cop with a chain.
Yeah.
Oh, you're carrying this woman to the top? It's too much.
And by the way, how did that cop survive and now he's evil?
What-
Or he has
the
powers?
eyes. What was who are you?
Right. What happened there?
Yeah.
What did he become? I was hoping you would tell me.
No.
That's one of my questions for this show.
Blue Eyes.
Eric, what happened to the cop?
Mickey Blue Eyes.
She says to him,
Wait, he's Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
right before she says to him, what did they say? What did they say about an eye for an eye? And I was like, well, they say an eye for an eye.
That's what they say.
That's exactly what they say, man.
That's the saying.
They say you give
there
it-
was so much bad. The dialogue was atrocious, especially Woody Harrelson. He's like, and they say romance is dead. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
There were so many of these in the movie. Just so many jokes that didn't hit.
Right.
It was so corny. And then also when Woody Harrelson, who I guess has been in jail since before the internet was invented, but like he breaks into a gas station, murders the gas station employee, and then just puts his symbiote fingers in the USB ports of a laptop.
Correct.
And he's like, let's see them internets.
And it cracks the CIA to find out where his girlfriend is.
Yes.
Who only like a handful of people on the planet know is still alive.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's how symbiotes work.
No, wait, what?
Symbiotes.
And I liked how like they transferred the Carnage symbiote to Cletus Cassidy, but they have no explanation of where that came from.
Right.
How, like again, symbiotes produce offspring, but they didn't say anything about that. And then you have Carnage calling Venom father, which he did in the
Daddy.
comics, but again with no explanation.
Correct.
If
right.
you didn't read the comics or know nothing about these characters, you're very confused.
Because in the comics,
I was still confused.
Cletus got his symbiote because him and Brock were cellmates.
Yes.
And that's where an offspring came from.
Yeah.
And that's how Cletus got it.
Yeah.
I mean,
not a great movie. Not a good movie.
No.
But at least, they really Sony just needs to let Marvel just take all their characters and make movies with them. At least Eddie Brock and Venom, Tom Hardy, they're going to finally be in a good movie because it looks like they're going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
As a cameo
according
or
to
something.
the end or mid-credit scene.
Yeah. But also, why does Venom want to just eat Spider-Man?
Yeah, he said he looks delicious.
Yeah.
Well, he looks
He
delicious.
was like that guy, and then he licks the TV.
Have you seen Tom Hardy? adorable. I want to eat him myself.
Oh, you mean the Tom Hiddleston?
I mean, no, Tom.
What's his name?
Tom.
Something with an
Spider-Man's name.
Oh, I can't even.
Right,
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I want to eat him
So
up.
the only thing,
put him in my pocket for dessert.
The only thing I can think of as why he did that is, so at the end he's calling himself the Lethal Protector, right?
Uh-huh.
He thinks he's inherently good,
right?
And you have J. Jonah Jameson,
that makes sense,
saying, "Oh, look at this terrible person,"
right?
So he's
There
like,
you go.
"Yeah,
okay." Well, at least that makes sense.
Right.
The only,
and then
But
what were we?
like you liked it. I mean, I get it. It's linking the worlds together, but I needed a little bit more, like just like intriguing. And then Venom grows the spider on his chest.
we talked about that.
Yeah.
Like, would that have been better? That would have been like, you guys would have blew loads for that.
He's gonna see Spider-Man. He's like, "That's a cool symbol. We need a cool symbol, but I can make it cooler." And then
Something like that. And then,
Yes.
and then Andrew would have been like, "Oh, here it comes! I've waited 90 minutes."
basically,
I know Marvel needs
Yeah.
to be like, "Hey, Sony, Columbia, hey, we'll take it from here.
Yeah,
Marvel's ours now.
go buy yourself something nice."
Go buy yourself something.
seriously.
And they're gonna be like, "How much is this? 50 million? Yeah, okay, you got him.
Right.
Take it."
It's gonna take more than that, but at least No Way Home looks like it's gonna be amazing.
Right. I mean,
they're
we'll
bringing
see what this
everyone.
pulls in the box office, and then
I mean, they're trying to make it like Endgame, like
yeah,
bringing back everyone.
right. Also, I didn't know 40-story churches exist.
Oh, you didn't?
Because that's apparently where the final fight takes place. Is
Oh,
a
they're all over.
40-story church.
You mean
You
like
never
in
been to
Spider-Man
San-
3? Like in Spider-Man 2? like every Spider-Man movie ends in a 40-story church.
Like in Batman from '89.
That's what I was. It reminded me of Batman '89 when they were up in that
Right.
fucking church.
You're like,
Yeah.
no, I mean, Gwen fell 25 stories, in some church bell thing, right?
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Some clock tower.
clock tower
clock
church.
tower.
Yeah.
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 Anyways, that's our review of Venom. Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you have you ever seen the movie Kung Fu Hustle?
Did I watch that? I don't think so.
Okay. Well, there's a scene where this couple is fighting this kung fu master who just got out of jail.
Yeah.
And the lady, she does this thing called the lion's roar.
Yeah.
Which she pulls in a bunch of air and then screams, kind of like Shriek.
Yes.
So in that movie, they fight a little bit, and then there's this funeral bell that they knock the top off of. And basically, she yells through the bell to make it more powerful. I really thought they were going to do that. When the bell was like falling down.
Oh,
I'm like,
right.
I wonder if she's going to use the bell.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and like...
Just as an homage to Spider-Man
I guess.
3.
But, at that point, Carnage was like 30 feet tall or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
He just kept growing.
He was Plastic Man.
She was. Oh, that's what she
Mr.
didn't
Fantastic.
like. Yeah, that's why Shriek didn't like it, because his dick would have been too big. She's like, "This is too big."
Right.
That's a good problem.
It was like Carnage, and then you see Woody's head pop out.
Yeah,
honey, no.
Carnage kept bitch slapping her, like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Like,
that doesn't make any sense. If they can control everything on their own, then why do they even need the human?
Exactly.
Who he spits out left and right anyway.
Well, and the thing is, it looked like Cletus Cassidy was the disguise for Carnage.
right.
Whereas like Venom's thing like wraps around him, like Woody Harrelson's face just becomes all distorted and gross.
You had to do something different, but I think it's also because the Carnage symbiote's in his blood, which is different from everyone else.
You could have still made a better movie.
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
Plots and stuff.
Yeah.
And stories.
Right.
There was no plot.
Does it get like a letter grade or
Oh, if we did that, I would say like a D-.
I was exactly going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean,
There's probably worse movies in the world.
yeah,
but-
it's not the worst superhero movie.
No, right.
No.
You still
There
have Ben
have been
Affleck's
worse.
Daredevil. You still have Catwoman. You still have
the
movies
first
like that.
Wolverine.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus. Wolverine Origins?
Yes.
And then The Wolverine?
yeah, but it created a better Deadpool universe, so I'm happy for that.
Well, I guess so.
If Ryan Reynolds never cast as Deadpool, then they, you know what I mean?
Right.
But anyway, yeah.
All right, so let's talk about What If.
All right,
We just come out with episode 8.
What if what?
I'm going to have to remove myself. I don't want
Really?
to slow the show down, but I did not
Okay.
have time to watch it. If you don't mind,
Sure.
please. Is this how you're finishing the show? with this last thing?
Not really.
You have anything else cooler?
Well, we have fan questions and comments to get to.
Let's skip it. Let's go right to the fan
Fan
questions.
questions and
then you
comments.
guys can talk about whatever quick. I apologize. It's been a rough weekend already.
Yeah.
But I don't want to ruin it because I'm really into the show right now. So.
Yeah, it's been good. All right. This first one's from Jalen Silva. Could anyone else have played Cletus Cassidy the way Woody Harrelson did? He was really good. Well, I think we'll all have to respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
I was very excited when they cast Woody Harrelson.
For sure.
And by the way, go back to the end credit scene in the first Venom where you see Woody Harrelson and he's wearing the most ridiculous
Curly
wig.
red wig.
He's got curly red hair.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh boy.
All he was missing was a big bulbous red nose to honk.
I'm not blaming Woody Harrelson.
No.
I don't think it's not. We know he's a good actor.
The-
It had to be the writing and directing.
The
It had to be.
material was terrible.
Right.
Right.
It was so terrible. So, yeah. Prime, aside from what if Edward Norton stayed as the Hulk, what's another what if scenario that you'd like to see be done?
What if the Venom movies were in the MCU the whole time?
That's a great one.
Can only dream.
Right, yeah.
What if
Dream,
Topher
little
Grace was
dream.
never Venom?
Oh,
what
yeah.
if Sam Raimi was never forced to put Venom in Spider-Man 3?
What if they never had Dancing Parker in Spider-Man 3?
Emo Parker. Mayor Humdinger, is there a person alive who is a less believable blogger than Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Right. Should be strung out on like heroin or something.
This one is from @Liam Wilhelm. Will this podcast have its own separate soundboard? Maybe eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could happen.
We could get some nominations for great movie clips that would work into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Johnny, do you guys believe that perhaps the MCU already peaked? Could the alleged arrival of Maguire and Garfield's Spider-Man prove otherwise? I think certainly. I mean, I don't know if you'll have a better movie than Infinity War and Endgame, but No Way Home could be up there.
For
it
sure.
really could.
Yeah.
Look, you. I mean, it's the most beautiful series of movies leading up to Infinity War and Endgame. I can't imagine outdoing that. I can't.
Right.
You have Captain America, Iron. Like you have all the big ones there. A couple of them are gone now.
But
How
see,
could you
for
ever
us-
be that good?
Having 3 Spider-Men on one, at least 3 Spider-Men.
At least, yeah.
Because they could be like, oh,
What
we're
if they
going to
bring in Nicolas Cage's noir Spider-Man from
Right.
Into the Spider? He's like, hey, I'm Nicolas Cage. I'm Spider-Man.
Hey,
Nicolas
fellas.
Cage.
That's what it would be. It'd have to be that.
Right.
Like in another dimension, it's Nicolas Cage playing the noir Spider-Man.
I'm Nicolas Cage. I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, I just look. That'll be cool, but more.
No Way Home could be
fun.
amazing. I just don't. I don't know if it could be as good as Endgame and Infinity War.
For
but
sure.
it could still be amazing.
Right. I'll
Of
still
course.
hyperventilate for sure.
But I think it
Oh, you will.
peaked. I think the comment, did it peak? Probably. But
Oh, yeah.
but you could have come down just a little bit and still have
right.
greatness.
But you get like we have to know how it's going to measure up because before we can we got to know what the next big calamity is.
Right.
Yeah.
You know they did the Infinity.
It's got to be
Stone.
Galactus or
Right.
You know what I mean?
Something like that.
Well, right now it's going to be Kang. I mean,
Kang.
if you've watched the Loki
Kang.
series,
It's got to be Kang. Yeah,
gotta be
no,
Kang.
it'll be Kang. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean that could
Phase 7 Galactus. We'll get there.
go into
At
something.
some point.
You have to have World Beater Hulk destroy something. You have to. They didn't even give us the rematch with Thanos.
Right.
He has to
Like
get
World War Hulk.
just big
Well,
and just destroy something.
He has a broken arm now.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Yep.
And even in spoiler
healing,
alert
Andrew.
for
It's healing.
Spoiler alert for Shang-Chi, he was
Yeah.
Bruce Banner at the end, but he was still in an arm sleeve
He was.
Right.
even then.
Yeah.
So they have to explain that as well. Why is
Yep.
he not Smart Hulk all the time?
Right.
Yeah.
That's really the answer, is because they don't want to waste money on CGI for a mid-credit scene. That's the real reason.
Probably, but like
And Mark Ruffalo still needs FaceTime in movies. That's,
Yes. Yeah,
well,
yes.
that's, you know.
it looks a lot like him though. The
It does.
in between.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yep.
Alex G, with the MCU getting bigger and more expansive with all the movies and TV shows, do you see a decline in interest with the public because it has become such a chore to be able to keep up with every storyline going on?
If you keep it good, it doesn't become a chore. You
Yeah.
look forward to it.
Good and steady.
I mean, Shang-Chi was pretty good. Eternals comes out like next month, right? So I don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't look that interesting to me. But
I don't know
mean,
much about that.
I'll have to
I'll
see
watch
it
it
anyway.
Just to see it.
But
they're like, why didn't you help when Thanos came? And they were like,
fuck
we
you, that's
were
why."
partying too hard.
No,
I
yeah.
don't know.
They only have one enemy, and that enemy wasn't there. That's kind of what they say.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah.
And then Kayfabe the Troll, who's the next Spider-Man villain you would want to see that has yet to make an appearance in the movies?
In any of the movies?
Carnage. I would love to see an MCU version of Carnage.
I'm waiting.
Please, you could keep it as Woody Harrelson. By the way, real quick, Venom ate the Carnage symbiote, and he ate Woody Harrelson's head, Cletus Cassidy's head. So you could definitely bring him back because both are in Venom.
Yeah.
Both could come out, and then it's just Carnage with Cassidy again.
Plus, it's a movie.
It's a movie. But that's like, you know.
Well, no, now they're in another multiverse. So that multiverse.
He swallowed them into another multiverse.
Yes.
He brought him with him.
I've been waiting a long time for Kraven the Hunter.
I was going to say Kraven while I was waiting.
Yeah, I thought that could be really
That's
Played
what
by
everyone-
maybe, I don't know, Tom Hardy.
right. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that could be cool. Well, that is all for fan questions. So I guess we'll bid Joe adieu.
All right, guys, enjoy it.
All right.
I can't wait to listen to this after I watch whatever.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care, everybody.
All right, so the very end of what? Let's spoil it before he leaves.
Yeah. Oh my God. So this, and that.
No!
We did replace some of the wrestling pops, FYI, if you're watching us. Some of the wrestling pops are gone.
Yeah.
Now half of them has to be movie pops. We don't have half yet, but
Right.
we have the giant Joker that you got me.
Yes.
We have-
I'll bring the 40-year-old virgin one.
Nice.
I'll look to see what I got at home. I might have some cool stuff that I'm willing to open up.
We got Mo from The Simpsons.
Mo,
which
Mo.
you got me that as well.
I did. Yeah.
How do you like me? How do you like me?
There's a toy store that has a ton of Simpsons figures that I can pick up.
All right.
Or you could pick up.
Sure.
Doesn't matter.
And then we also have the Conan pop, Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Which I got like a year or two ago. I don't know.
Right.
I was like, sure, why not? But now he has a place
Yeah.
on here.
Right.
So that's cool.
That is cool.
So what did you think of What If? I guess we can talk about the whole series since this is the first episode and we haven't, recapped in the other ones yet.
Right. So it's definitely interesting. It's kind of like a rewriting of the MCU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of not even What If anymore. It's because now that Ultron has all the fucking Infinity Stones.
Yeah. Well, so the last episode was what if Ultron succeeded?
Yeah.
And he built his body.
Yes.
And it wasn't Vision. It was him in it.
Right.
And, I mean, at that point, who could stop him?
Yeah.
I guess Corvus Glaive.
Maybe.
Because he fucking jammed the thing through him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it really... I thought it was cool that it really kind of showed the true power that Vision has.
Yeah. Well, it's funny when Thanos shows up
and he's like,
with the 5 stones.
Oh, hey.
He's like, fascinating.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was that easy.
He uses his beam and just slices him in half.
Didn't he try that in Infinity War, but Thanos blocked it with his glove? Or was
no, that was Scarlet Witch.
Oh, that was Scarlet Witch.
Because she was trying to destroy it with one hand.
Right,
and
yeah.
Why didn't he wait, let me try.
Sure.
Oh, cool. Done.
Yeah. Some people said that Vision was too beat up from earlier, and that's why he couldn't do it.
Sure.
But we don't know for sure.
I mean, storytelling, whatever.
But man, it was that easy all along.
It was. So yeah, basically Vision, Ultron gets all the Infinity Stones and fucking wipes out everything. Like he goes to the Sovereign and takes out the Guardians of the Galaxy there. Destroys Asgard.
He goes to Jeff Goldblum's planet.
Yeah. Sakaar. Gone.
They're gone. Well, he kills everyone in that universe, and then the Watcher guy is like, well, he's all alone now.
Yeah.
And then he sees his name is...
He hears him.
Yeah, he hears him.
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
Who's speaking?
Yeah. And then he fights him, and they go to... and then
in the mirror verse?
The mirror verse.
Yeah. And then, so apparently, people were talking about there was a Star Wars Easter egg.
Uh-huh.
Like, remember when they're like just crashing through different realities?
Yeah.
Apparently, one of the realities that they crashed through was the planet where Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan fought at the end of Revenge of the
lava
Sith.
planet?
Yeah, the lava planet. and they
Okay.
just kind of like crashed through it.
Yeah.
So Star Wars is canon
They should have just showed like them fighting.
for sure. Like what the fuck?
And then it changes everything because like Anakin
Right.
wins or something.
Yeah, because Obi-Wan's like, I had the high ground. Anakin's like, no, I got this. He's like, wait, what's that? Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Obi-Wan becomes Darth Vader.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
But no, they also showed this episode 8, featured Hawkeye and Black Widow trying to figure this whole thing out.
Yeah, a one-armed Hawkeye.
One arm. Do we know what that's about?
No, I
No,
don't
we
know.
have no idea.
I guess, shit happens in a dystopian future.
And then towards the end of the episode, Hawkeye just decides he wants to die. He's like, I'm just going to kill myself.
Yeah.
And he shoots all the Ultron bots with an arrow that blows them all up. I don't know if he had to sacrifice himself to do that. Couldn't you just shot it from where you were?
Probably.
But they wanted to reenact the scene from Endgame, but they flipped it.
Right. He's like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
So
with
fucking
Hawkeye
tired.
falling and then killing the Ultron bots.
So, Captain Marvel, did she die?
Did they show her officially die? I guess so, right?
I guess
he
so.
killed her.
Right.
Because she was like, you will not win. He's like, I've already won. And then he
Right.
just
So,
fucks
I mean,
her
I
up.
guess you can always go get another one from another multiverse.
Yeah.
So I feel like, because basically they're going through all these different multiverses.
Yeah.
Because Ultron figures out how to get to where the Watcher is from his watch post.
Right.
And so, they're going through all these different realities. Like, there was one where Steve Rogers was about to become president. Like, he was swearing in. I guess that's what's going to lead to the season.
Do you think they're going to merge this? Sorry, go ahead. It's going to lead to the season finale.
Finale where they're going to get, like bratty Thor.
Yeah.
They're going to get Captain Carter. I think he's going to go and build the team.
Oh, the Watcher guy?
Yeah. Because they've been showing Gamora with like the Thanos armor and his weapon.
Yeah.
But that hasn't been, so I feel like that's going to show up.
I like how at the very end of the episode 8, he goes back to Doctor Strange, who a few episodes ago he just like bitched out.
Yeah.
Because when Doctor Strange destroyed his universe and he was all alone, he's like, please help me. And the Watcher guy's like, fuck you, bitch. You fucking did this.
Peace. I'm
and
out.
then he's like, and then he comes back and he's like, hey.
Hey, remember when I left you to die?
Hey, yikes. You want to be friends? I'm sorry about being a complete asshole.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Because, like, here's my question. Maybe you know, because you know more about the what's his name, the Watcher guy?
It's like Uatu
or whatever. So,
yeah.
What's his purpose? Because his purpose, all he does is watch, and he's like, I can't interfere. What's the purpose of watching?
I think it's more to, like, document, maybe?
For who? For us?
Yes.
But like, what's his purpose if it's just to watch everything? Like,
right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe more will be explained in episode 8
I guess,
or episode 9.
Maybe. Do you think they're going to merge What If with like the actual MCU and it's not like a What If anymore? It's like this is happening. And like that's how you bring Vision back, but he's Ultron.
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
I think I don't know. Because it started as What If, and now What If is kind of just like, well, he's in all the multiverses now.
Right.
He has the power to see all of them, to go to all of them, so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of funny because did you ever play Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
Of course.
Remember,
Both of them.
Remember who saves them in the first one? The Watcher? He's like, I'm not supposed to interfere, but fuck that shit. I did it anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I guess he's going to do that again.
I guess so. Yeah. Well,
I mean, I'm excited. It's been a really good show. All the episodes have been pretty good. The Killmonger episode, I felt like it was the same as Black Panther, but he just kills the Avengers.
Right.
He just kills.
By the way, Tony Stark dies in every fucking
episode. One. All of them.
He just dies all the time.
Yeah. What's that?
What's that about?
Right. So I guess they're really trying to cement the fact that like
Tony's dead.
He is never coming back. He's dead everywhere.
Yeah.
That's
the thing though, is like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is gonna go on forever, basically.
Sure.
Like we're gonna be 80 years old one day.
Yeah.
In a very long time. But like there's gonna be like MCU films still coming out. But
probably.
Like You think 10 years, 15 years, Robert Downey Jr. doesn't come back, at least just to make a cameo? I think it probably happens.
I'm sure he'll.
It'll probably be a long time, but
yeah.
He'll probably do something.
I'm sure.
We'll see. Yeah. But I guess that's it.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah, that's our first podcast
of
Hollywood Hogwash.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe. Give us a 5-star review.
Very
Follow
important.
the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Hollywood Hog Pod.
Yes. Tell a friend. Tell 2 friends.
Yes. And next week we'll be reviewing the new James Bond movie, No Time to Die, as well as The Many Saints of Newark. That's what it's called, right? The Sopranos movie.
Yeah. And I haven't watched The Sopranos, but I'm excited about this movie because technically it's a prequel.
It's a prequel.
So
so it's like if you didn't see the original Star Wars and you started with the prequel. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh, no. Well, hopefully it's better than that.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.